Hello again, everybody. Welcome again to another edition of BlackInc.tv, where our mission is to inspire the next generation of entrepreneurs to simply think bigger and bigger, straight up go for it. Now, I've had the pleasure to meet my next guest in Orlando shortly ago, and since then, I have been unbelievably inspired. He has an incredible business. His vision has really helped me to even continue to think even on a higher level. I don't want to take anything away from my next guest, but I'm going to let him introduce himself. I have the incredible Mr. Esteve Mede. Esteve, thank you very much for taking the time to meet us today here at BlackInc.tv. Can you tell us, a little bit about yourself, your background? Man, you're doing some big things.
Absolutely, Tony. For everybody, I'm Esteve Mede. On a personal level, I was born in Haiti. I came to the U.S. when I was 16, just about 16. My father brought us to this country for, of course, better opportunity. Arrived in New York in March 17, 1993. So it's been a wonderful journey since. I had the pleasure of serving in the U.S. Army. Go Army, always beat Navy. It's been a fun. So it's been a fun ride. I had the privilege of working for several federal agencies, as well as private organizations. One of the agencies, a few of the agencies that I have worked for was U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. I work as a patent examiner in the field of cryptography and information security. Honestly hated it. And I had the privilege of working with the Department of Commerce, in a different section. USPTO also belonged to Department of Commerce. It's a bureau on the Department of Commerce. But I had the privilege of working on the Office of the Secretary in cybersecurity. And I also had the privilege of working for the Federal Relations Commission, which was my last government job per se. And I was the Chief Information Security Officer for the Federal Election Commission. So in a nutshell, that's a personal background summarized into a few blocks. But I'm also the CEO of End-to-End Computing. The company was created in 2012, but was dormant for at least 4 years while I was serving as the Chief Information Security Officer for the Federal Election Commission. So in 2016, I exited federal service so that I can concentrate my full-time effort in growing the company. And now that's what I'm doing now. My day-to-day operations is basically making sure the company is going in the right directions and we are taking care of our customers.
Wow. Unbelievable. And where are you? You're currently located where at now?
Currently, I'm located in Alexandria, Virginia. My business office is in Alexandria, Virginia, and as well as my place where I live also is Alexandria, Virginia, which is Northern Virginia, the Washington, D.C. area.
Close to where all the action, really, the main action in our federal government really happens. As you've been speaking, I'm kind of, shaking a little bit, man. You inspire me a lot, with your background. Can you talk a little bit about, some of the projects that your company is currently involved in, and some of the things that you've as an entrepreneur have accomplished here recently, just from our conversations, without giving too much away.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that we're working on right now is an acquisition. We're looking to acquire another company to grow our services as well as technology portfolio. Part of this acquisition is a strategic move on our part to basically reach to a new level of customers that we're not currently serving. This acquisition will allow us to be able to operate in the IC community or Intel community, as well as the Department of Defense, which we're not currently in. So we mostly do business with the civilian side of the federal government. I usually classify the federal government in three buckets. You have your civilian side of the federal government, such as DHS, Health and Human Services, and then you have your DoD components, such as Army, Navy, CISA, DISA, I should say, not CISA, DISA, and as well as you have your intelligence community, which is basically each one of those, each one of their own buckets within the federal government space. So we're definitely excited for this acquisition, and as well as some other projects that we're working on, some solutions that we are putting forward to the Navy, for example. One of them is AI technology to help them fight fire on board ships. As you know, the Navy lost a $2.5 billion ship due to fire while it was getting service. So that's a solution that we would be working to help the Navy fix. And basically, we call it, it's something that, it's a technology called Nimble. So basically, we work with the Navy to make sure that this never happens again.
Stan, you're involved in some bleeding technology stuff. I mean, around AI. I think we've even talked about things around smart cities and stuff, man. What's next for you? I mean, you know, let's say it's 2030, man. You know, like where are you at, man? Where's the company at?
Well, looking at 2030, we should be, with our goal is basically to be within the next 5 years to have at least $500 million in revenue within the next 5 years. So that is our short-term goals and long-term goals. And I think 2030 would be about 8 years from now. We plan to be around $750 to $1 billion type of company. So that's part of what we're looking at, doing all type of services and expanding our portfolios to different categories of services from, as you stated, bleeding edge technology. We are currently operating with the AI, with the blockchain space. The next space that we want to get to is quantum computing.
Steph, I mean, where would you attribute just your boldness to kind of go there and think big like you do, belong, and to also inspire others like you do? Like where would you attribute that because my goodness, I mean, you inspire me so much.
You know what, Tony? It came from my father, actually. So my father, I have 7 brothers and 5 sisters. So my father came here back in the U.S. In 1980. And my father was a businessman in Haiti. He did very well for himself. And he came here in the U.S., where, as most immigrants, when they come to the U.S., doing different type of work, such as cleaning offices and sanitary type of work, the type of work that keeps us, you and me, goes to the building and go to the streets and be able to operate. So he was doing a lot of those, and when I came in '93, I used to go and help him. doing this type of work. This is not, what I'm about to say is not a slight to people who do this type of work. But during that time, I said, okay, I have to do something better. I have to do something more. So if my father is going to set up a platform for me to be in this country, and with the tremendous of opportunities that exist in this country, I needed to make something out of it. For all the sacrifice that he had done on behalf of myself and my brothers and sisters, we definitely owe it to the family and personally to be able to do something that is worth doing. So basically, I got it from him, the hard work that I saw him put through, and I basically dedicated myself to do things bigger. And the turning point actually came in. I remember with my sister. She lives in Chicago now, and she was having issues with her boyfriend, and she called me to come and stay with her for just make sure that everything was good. I was not the biggest of my brothers or the oldest, but she called me to come and stay with her. And I don't remember what the conversation was. And she said, "You are going to be great." And since then, I have lived by that model. I would say that was back maybe in 1994, 1995. So I have lived by that model. So regardless of what anybody says, my sister said I was going to be great. So therefore, I will be great.
You know, Esteve, this is very emotional for me, man, because, we connected right away, and I feel like we have a bond. I'm going to give you and our viewers a little secret. When I was young, my father owned a janitorial service, and that's how he supported our family. And when I was 8 years old, I was out working, helping him, cleaning buildings, and other homes and stuff, and that work ethic stayed his to this day. It stayed with me. He was in the he was in the military for 20 years. He joined the Army in 1948, and right after the Army was actually integrated. We could talk all day, man, but hey, we have so much to talk about, man.
Absolutely, I appreciate those sacrifices that our parents has made. Yes. My father, as I stated, my father, basically the way I look at it, he set up you see how you have launched NASA have to set a platform to send satellite up and so on and so forth. That's the same way I look at it. My father was able to set a platform for us to be able to launch. So therefore, it will be a miss on my part to not take advantage of that platform that he had built, and also build something for my family as well, especially my 12-year-old daughter. Is build a bigger platform where she can launch even further than I did.
Oh, man, I'm shaking. My daughter is 6 years old, and man, I want to be very respectful of your time, because we can talk all day, and we're going to. What would you like to maybe leave our viewers with? What kinds of advice would you like to leave everybody with? Because you are an unbelievable inspiration.
I would say for anybody out there that's listening to this podcast, I think the number one rule in life: try. Try it. If it doesn't work, pivot and try something else. Don't let anybody tells you that, oh, because of this or because of that, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's nonsense. Most of these people that's talking about that you can do this, you can do A, you can do B, is because they're not doing anything themselves. These are not people you should listen to. Listen to people who are going places and who are doing things. Regardless if they failed or not, they have things to teach you. Go try it, go do it, enjoy every step of the process. I would say above all, in everything that we do in business and in life, enjoy the small wins and enjoy the process. I think that would be the things I will leave with people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible Esteve Mede, Did I say that correctly, sir?
Esteve Mede, you got it.
Esteve Mede.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you, brother.
Likewise, sir. Likewise.
Thank you.
A pleasure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time that we have for today. I'm going to put my LinkedIn link down here at the bottom of the screen. You know, hit me up on LinkedIn. Thank you again, Steph. You are incredible. We'll see you next time on blackink.tv. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you again.